Welcome to Winburn Studios. I'm Katie Ryan, and today in our conditioning series, we're using 2-pound weights, not for everything, but it's important to have them. We can option to choose them for our warm-up, taking elbows into the ribs, hands out in front, lift and drive, knee up. So focus on that neutral lift of the knee, straight up. 4, 2, 1. Now take those elbows up. I want you to twist, elbow to knee. Trying to pull that knee in, turning on more of the inner thigh. 4, 2, and 1. Last one, taking elbows out to the side, palms facing up. Take your knee and lift it out to the weight. Lift, 2, 3, 4, 5. Trying to keep that straight spine. Last part of warm-up. So, turning your toes straight forward, bend the knees, sink into a wide squat position, and then reach in front of you. So getting more to the front of our body here. 2 more. Turn your toes slightly out, sink a little bit lower, reach the arms in front of the face. Exhale. Two more. Last one. Turn your toes as far out as you can. Press the knees out. Feel those outer thighs turn on and then reach up and overhead. Try to get the weight right above your ear. Feeling the shoulder turn on. Getting that full extension of the side body. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Stand it all the way up, shake it up. Keep those weights in your hand. I want your feet to be hips width apart. Bend your knees. Take your hands, reach them behind you with your palms facing up. Straighten the arms all the way out. Try to lift the weight a little bit past your shoulder. Little taps. Up, back down. Up, back down. We're starting with a neutral arm here. Trying to feel that tricep turn on. And the whole point of this session today is to teach you guys that with one exercise, we can do it 3 different ways. And it's important to know the difference between neutral, now squeeze in, try to get those thumbs almost to touch, lower and lift from there. Getting that inner arm. So where I put my attention is where I'm going to develop that muscle strength. The inner part of the tricep, the neutral part if I'm lifting straight up, focusing on that, or the outer. Do 2 more here. And then slide it slightly out and lift up. So now we're feeling it a little bit into the deltoid. Same exercise, done 3 different ways. None of them are wrong, but knowing that there are different parts, and we're just moving half an inch to an inch to get those different degrees within the same muscle. 2 more, push through it, stand it up, shake it out. Weights can go down. We're coming into our hollow body position. So, feet all the way together. So my toes are touching and my heels are touching. Trying to zip those legs up. Arms will reach forward. If you need to, you can modify with hands behind you or reach it forward. You can always do less time. Try to stay with us. We're only going to do 20 to 30 seconds in each set. Squeezing the butt, pulling the belly belly in, trying to stretch my body out. Feeling that innermost part of your thighs turning on, working to keep the legs together. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Come up, shake it out. Second set, walk the feet just a little bit wider. So the feet should be about hips width apart. If you put 2 of your fists together in between your feet, that is the width of your hips. Here we go. Second set, stretching the legs out. Squeezing the butt still. Everything is staying the same except for where my feet are placed. I have to work a little bit more neutral. I should feel a little bit of that spreading into my obliques. This should be the easier of the 2 that we've done so far. Breathe through it. Come up, rest. Last but not least, again, these are not the least bit of our concern. These are hard. That outer work, that lateral work, especially for my endurance athletes, this is tough stuff. This is not to be discounted. Feet wider than the hips. Here we go. Making that work a little bit more through the outer edges of our obliques. It's important to strengthen inner and outer, keeping that neutral work balanced. Ten seconds. I want you to breathe through it, keeping those glutes nice and tight. Come on up, shake it out. Most important piece of that hollow hold is squeezing your butt to keep the hips neutral. So I'm not having to overwork that hip flexor and my thigh. I'm squeezing my butt so the work goes right into my belly. Flipping you over onto the belly now. Knees together, heels are flexed, hands out in front. You're going to press the hips down, lift it up. 1, 2, little pulses, up. Squeezing the butt, keeping those knees together, feeling the inner thighs working. Set it down, knees slightly apart, neutral, knees right in line with the hips. Flex the feet, press it up. So we're doing 2 rounds, 3 rounds of this. I want you to point your toes through one of the rounds. Four more. Walk the knees wide. I want you to touch your toes together. Press the hips down. Squeeze your butt. Lift up, up, up. And it goes right into the outer edges of our glute. Exhale up. Exhale up. Lift and hold it at the top. Straighten the legs. You have the option to make this harder by holding here for an entire minute and then resting down, stretching it out. We're coming onto our side. I'm starting with my left leg, driving that left heel. So super straight leg, right foot is behind my left knee. I want you to take your finger to that inner thigh and lift up. And then I want you to notice there's, in that same muscle, find it, there is inner, where we're working right now, and then there's the back of that inner thigh, closer to the groin. So, If my foot is neutral here, toes driving straight forward, we're accessing the neutral part of the inner thigh. If I then turn my toe down, lift the heel up, I get the back of that inner thigh. Put your finger there, look at it, look at where you're working. Especially if you don't feel it turn on right away. It's probably because it hasn't been turned on in a while. And then I'm going to turn my toe up, heel down, and get the very front of that inner thigh. So it's all little tiny movements of that foot that is going to work a different part of the same muscle. 2 more. Rest it down. Switching sides. Driving through the heel, toe point straight forward, lift it up. This is going to be a recurring theme in the next couple episodes of our conditioning series. Finding the muscle, feeling the inside, the middle, and the outside. Heel up, toe down, finding that innermost part of that inner thigh. Heel down, toe up, front of the inner thigh. It's so important to know that there is one muscle, but there are many parts to that one muscle. So when someone says, today we're working quads, great, what part of my quad? Inside of the quad, there's 4 parts, hence quad. We can't just work the quad, we have to know where we're working in the quad. Set that leg down, shake it out. So if I'm doing a lot of work neutral, when I go into a class, maybe I want to turn my feet out with a little bit more of that external range of motion. Working more of that internal range of motion. From time to time, balances it all out so I'm not fatiguing just the front of my thighs all the time. Last but not least, we're going into our downward facing dog. Last exercise of the day. Taking that right leg, stretching it behind you. If we have tight hamstrings, bend your left knee as much as you need to. You can even walk your hands slightly back. Try to keep lifting that right leg up. And then squeeze it in so when I drop it down, it's actually right behind the left heel. And then lift the leg back up. Start there, point the toe, and lift up. 1, 2, 3. Keep lifting, exhale. Sliding that foot just an inch out, lifting up. 1. If you want to test it, drop the foot all the way down. It should be slightly outside of the foot. I could set it so that my toes are right next to each other. The big toes would be touching. Keep lifting. 3, 2, hold it up. Now bend the left knee a lot more. I want you to take that right hip, open it up, stacking the right hip on top of the left. Feeling that outer thigh, outer hip. Lift it up. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Set it down, bend a knee, shake the leg out. Switching legs. Toe behind the heel, lift it up, point the toe, tap it. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Slightly out, just half an inch. Up, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Bigger bend into the right knee. Open the hip up. Tap it up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Set it down. Pedal the legs out. And then separate the feet. Walk your hands back to the feet. Bend the knees. Feel that stretch into the back of the legs. And then with a flat back, hands can come to your hips. Stand up. That is our workout for today. Feel the difference in each section. Take your time with it. Go through it a couple of times. I'm so excited to be going through this series. I've been working really hard behind the scenes to get you some stuff that is different, it's exciting, and that motivates you to get in better shape. So I hope you have fun with this, and I'll see you in the next episode.